the meantime, should focus and talk about 113 years of the Gymkhana Club in the national capital, the heart of Lutyens Delhi, and right next to the Prime Minister's residence at the Lok Kalyan Marg, that stood as an ultimate playground for our country's elite, the Delhi Gymkhana Club. Now, for over a century, the Delhi Imperial Gymkhana, an imperial world that was dropped after independence, that has followed a 40-40-20 rule for membership. Now, 40% comprising of civil servants, 40% to the defense services, and other 20 for the, when it comes to the others in this case are concerned. So this exclusivity has made Delhi Gymkhana, however, to be controversial to some. But today, the world's most exclusive clubs is now fighting for a legal battle for its own as far as its existence is concerned. The union government has now ordered the club operating from the prime government land to hand over its entire 27.3 acres premises by the 5th of June 2026, so not much time is left. And the Land and Development Office under the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has issued this formal direction with a clear warning that if a deadline is not met, then possession will be taken in accordance with the law. Now, in a breaking update, what we are getting to know that as far as the Delhi Gymkhana Club has decided to take the legal route to challenge this very order, and the matter, what is being said, has been listed for today in the Delhi High Court, which will be taking up the plea filed by the Delhi Gymkhana Club, challenging the central government's order directing the club to vacate its premises. The club, which had approached the High Court against the centre's decision, and has been wanting, Bhavtosh, as far as on the club side, as far as the members are concerned, they have been wanting adequate time to be given to them to meet with the officials of the concerned department. Also, what happens as far as if there any possibility of allocation of another land or relocation. And of course, when it comes to the future of the 600 plus staff of the Delhi Gymkhana Club.
Yes, Amita, that hearing will take place in the Delhi High Court today, and it was listed yesterday. The mentioning was done yesterday before the Delhi High Court, and the Delhi High Court has said that the matter will be coming up today. The petition mentions that no permission, no adequate time was given to them to vacate the premises, and the deadline of 5th of June is too early for them to vacate the premises.
Yes.
It further said that 650 employees are presently on the rolls of Gymkhana, and they should be given adequate employment if they have to vacate the premises. And they also have said that they have been filing all the dues on time, and they have said that...
audio there, Bhavtosh, but yes, we get a sense as far as now a legal route is something that the Gymkhana, the club members have decided to take to challenge this government order when it comes to vacating the plot. Let's in the meantime get you a basic understanding what we are now looking at the timeline of this club, which goes, its history goes back to more than 100 years. So 1913 Imperial Delhi Gymkhana Club, that was a setup that was made. In 1928, it was the government that leased the over 27 acre of land to the current location, which stands at the Safdarjung Road. Then in 1928, the perpetual lease deed for 98 years that was signed, and it was at rupees 15 per acre. So post 1947, the Imperial Gymkhana Club, the Imperial Ward, that was dropped, and since then it has been known as the DGC or the Delhi Gymkhana Club. And right from the 1950s to 2000s, there has been so many changes within as far as sporting areas are concerned. There has been recreational facilities that has been expanded, multiple courts that have also been set up, and in 2010s we are looking at financial irregularity complaints that surface for the first time. And in 2022, what we are looking at as far as complaints, the NCLT that allowed the government, however, to step in. And then in 2022, we are looking at the Corporate Affairs Ministry that also stepped in for an investigation. But later, what is being said that the government appointed a 15-member panel to run the affairs. And now what we are getting to know in this latest update in 2026, the government has now demanded at least 47 crores in unpaid dues. And meanwhile, when it comes to the sensitivity of this land, of this area, is also concerned, especially when it comes to defense and security purposes. The government wants that the Delhi Gymkhana Club be handed over back to it. Meanwhile, when we talk about the permanent members and the employees of this historic club have now moved the Delhi High Court, as we got you that update from Bhavtosh, and a signature campaign has already been launched to authorize the legal action against the eviction order. Members, meanwhile, have also rejected the government's justification that the land lies in a strategically sensitive zone and is needed for strengthening defense and other public security infrastructure. Now, the rationale that has been given behind the government's decision to reclaim the land leased to Delhi Gymkhana Club, and also to the club's response that has now come in to this move.
यहाँ पे एम्प्लॉइज 600-650 के आसपास है, और सडनली आपने इसको बंद करने के लिए कह दिया कि भाई आप इसको बंद करिए 5 तारीख। कम से कम जब इसने टाइम से चल रहा था तो कम से कम इसको टाइम देना चाहिए। कहाँ अपने बच्चों को ले जाएंगे, कहाँ कोई रेंट पे रह रहा है, कोई पढ़ा रहा है, कोई कुछ कर रहा है, कोई कहीं डेली बेसिस है। कुछ तो इसको देना चाहिए, एम्प्लॉयज को टाइम देना चाहिए कि भाई हम लोग क्या करेंगे, कहाँ इनका विस्थापन करेंगे, क्या इनके बारे में सोचेंगे। हमारे को कुछ भी नहीं बताया गया, ये तक नहीं बताया गया कि कोई कलम नोटिस आया, ये नहीं बताया एसोसिएशन के हम लोगों को या एम्प्लॉयज को किसी भी चीज के बारे में नहीं बताया।
Meanwhile, the opposition has now intensified its attack on the Modi government, alleging political vendetta behind this move. The Congress, meanwhile, has termed the government's action as unfair, claiming that the centre is targeting institutions selectively. The Congress also alleged that several BJP-linked VVIPs were denied membership at the club, while Rahul Gandhi remains a member and may be one of the reasons behind action being taken against this historic institution.
Some important persons of the country, so-called VVIPs, who were close to Prime Minister and Bharatiya Janata Party, have been rejected. They had applied for the membership. So now Gymkhana will face this critical time. Rahul Gandhi, I am told, is also member of Gymkhana Club, and I think it is sufficient ground to demolish and to take over the land of Gymkhana. If Rahul Gandhi is the member of that club, how can BJP tolerate it?
I think now the Bharatiya Janata Party not only want your vote, but they also want to capture on your thinking, on your ability, on your lifestyle, on what you are wearing. This is totally unacceptable. I think now the people of the Delhi should realize that how they have lost after taking the Bharatiya Janata Party in the power.
So the eviction order for the DGC that is being challenged, we'll get you updates that come in from the Delhi High Court. In the meantime, let's head into a very short break. Back with more.